Terry Mclaurin, star wide receiver for the Commanders, requesting a trade because contract talks have stalled to the point where he's like, I don't even want to be here anymore. How do we feel? Terry McLaurin requesting a trade.
And are they really going to trade him?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know, Jim.
but like, if he doesn't, that's the thing. Like, a lot of these NFL players request a trade just for like leverage in the contract. Like, listen, I'll leave right now, but technically you can't. But like, you're not gonna play, so it's better to pay you to play than pay you not to play. You know what I mean?
Right.
Does he want to leave the setup that he has right now? Like you got Jaden Daniel, they're on the up. They're trending up. You sure you want to get if they were trending down, I'd get it. But they're trending up. I don't know. Is that the right decision to make right now?
I mean, if you like think about it, he's after his bread first right now, right? NFL players, they got to secure that contract in order to feel comfortable with even playing another snap of football. So for him, he's like, listen, you paid DK Metcalf all that money. I'm better than DK Metcalf. That's what all these receivers are going to think. Even if they're not, they're going to think that. You paid this guy X amount of dollars. I'm better than this guy. I deserve the same amount, if not $1 million more. And that's the thing. He wants that extra money.
I think this situation is very interesting because Terry McLaurin is 31 years old, on the older side for a wide receiver, but he's been with the Commanders for a long time, and he was the big success last year in the growth of Jane Daniels. So both sides kind of have their issues with each other, and both have their successes with each other. They both need each other, but he is 31 years old and coming off his best year. So, and he was a good receiver, and he turned great last year. He had a great year. So it's interesting to see kind of the Commanders approach it because he obviously wants to be paid like a wide receiver wants us. That's at least $30 million plus. But you have to remember that he's a bit older and he didn't have success he had last year. So the Commanders are well within their right that they don't have to pay him that kind of money until he proves it again. And McLaurin said, I want to. You know how I stand when it comes to players and money. So you should know where I stand in the whole situation. But I do feel like he does warrant an extension of some sort, and he does warrant at least some amount of reward for what happened last year, and actually everybody on that, right? And if they want to get better, and if they want to have the success they had last year, they need Terry McLaurin on their roster, right? Like that's a definitive fact. So if lose him, they really don't have another wide receiver they can turn to. So it's a tough situation for both parties, and I believe that they won't trade him. I think they will work something on this. I think this is just speculation and just trying to move the talks along to get more money and to put pressure on the Commanders. But I do think Commanders will give him what he wants because they need him and he's earned it.
Yeah, and I'm looking at his stats, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 straight years with over 1,000 yards. His rookie year, he had over 900. Can you tell me who the quarterbacks were for those teams?
Who was the quarterback?
Taylor Heineke, huh?
Taylor Heineke.
Are we speaking, huh? About these bums that he's played with that quarterback?
Is he still in the league?
Yeah, he's still in the league, but he's a backup, regulated to being a backup because he's not that good. He's not that good. So he has played with mediocre talent his entire career up until Jaden Daniels walks in through the door, and then boom, he has over 1,000 yards, 82 catches, and 13 touchdowns, the most he's ever had in his entire career for touchdowns. Right. So you think about it, you got Jaden Daniels on a rookie deal. You give Terry McLaurin 3 years at his price, you can pay it. You can pay it. But do they want to? That's the thing. I don't think they really want to pay that price until their hand is forced, right? What's 3 years, $97.5 million for Terry McLaurin? That's the price for wide receivers now, right? When we think of DK Metcalf, we don't think of the greatest wide receiver ever. We think of this guy who's top 15, maybe top 20. That's where Terry McLaurin's at. So you got to pay this guy if you want to keep him. And Jaden Daniels loves him. And who else are you going to have? You know, what are you going to throw the ball to Austin Eckler every play? No, you need another guy on the outside who could win and who's actually a good receiver. So if I was them, I would have signed Terry a very long time ago. If he was really like this adamant on getting an extension, because this hasn't just came up and he wants an extension and now he's mad.
Yeah.
This has been going on. He's probably been thinking about this way for like a year, since last year. He's like, all right, when this contract comes up, I'm thinking about this price, you know, talking to his agent and all that. So the Washington Commanders, they aren't surprised, but so they just got to hurry up, get the deal done.
But this situation has gotten worse, like every day, progressively.
He's tired of it. He's like, listen, like, we're making no progress at all. Do you see what I've done for your franchise, your bum franchise with bum quarterbacks? And now you're going to sit here and tell me I don't deserve what DK Metcalf is getting? What has DK Metcalf done? Pretty much the same as him.
The NFL owners are just like scumbags. They don't want to pay.
They really are.
And you know what? This is the new ownership group. This is their first real contract talk they could have. So they're not setting a good example for
But
their
the truth is, then, if this, because you're right, this is a brand new regime going on. If they really want to make progress for their future, and this just wasn't like a one-season fluke, then you need to try to retain your best players. Just pay. You know, I don't know. If you're trying to change this organization, why are you acting like the way you did before? Is this real improvement? Okay, you changed the name, got it, you had to. Got rid of the bad owner. And now you're dragging his feet. Like, you're just dragging him through the mud, like, just making him, like, for what?
I looked at Terry McLaurin's age. He's born September 15th. Hey, nice. That's my Virgo brother right there. But he's 29. You extend him. Extend him for 3 years. He'll be 32, 33. Extend him. You're telling me a wide receiver can't be productive at that age? Bullshit. They're just being stubborn and hard-headed. That's what Washington really is being. That's because they just like, $30 million. It's not like you're paying Jaden Daniels that much. You can afford to do this when you have a good rookie QB. You can afford it. But they don't want to do it. They're stubborn.
And that's all. That's with all the teams. Every team has a disgruntled player who they're refusing to pay, who they know they should pay. You know, the rules allow them to be this way. So I know we get very annoyed when players hold out, but when you sit back and you think about it, it's like, no, fuck that. Especially if they put on a stellar performance the season they just came off, they have every right to bitch and complain. If this was a shitty employee demanding money, that is different. Mm-hmm. But if this is their if this is an employee that always gets you where you need to go, why are you being a fucking shyster? Like, why are you being that way?
And you finally put him with a good QB. Finally. And
so you don't know how to take advantage of your opportunities on the field. You're really just, you're worried about your budget. You're worried about your profit, staying under salary cap, just in case the next receiver who's going to be available next year? I'm sure that's what they're thinking. Well, if he doesn't want to be here, who can we get next year? Who's willing to come here ASAP? Like, and then what if that person's asking for that money? If you just get another receiver who's just way more expensive than this guy.
I'm not gonna lie. Where are the 26-year-old wide receivers that are good as Terry McLaurin right now that aren't extended already? There is none. There's none. So Terry McLaurin is your best bet, and he is the best wide receiver on your team. He's actually a really underrated receiver. We don't talk about him enough. but he's damn good. You keep him. $30 million? Really? Over 1,000 yards every year, 30 touchdowns last year?
Yeah, you wanna know what it is? You know why I haven't talked about it as much, and we have been neglecting this story because like you can't fathom it, like them not signing him, because it makes total sense for both sides. It makes so much sense. So the fact that it's gone on this long, there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, because there seems to be now some bad blood between them, which is bad.
I think for him, he's probably like, yo, don't bullshit me, yo. Like, you gonna make progress or not? Like, I told you what I want. We think it's in reason. He's not trying to shaft them, I don't think. But he's trying to get what he believes he rightfully deserves. And I think he does, based on his numbers and his stats with awful quarterbacks. He has his first year with a rookie quarterback, and you see what he's doing. Imagine the second year. Imagine the third year. Imagine that fourth year, right? Imagine where you could go. You just went to the NFC Championship game, and you're not willing to reinvest that money back into the players that got you there? Insane. Unreal. Awful franchise. Awful. That's why there'll never be anything. Awful.
What did there was an NFL player that said it's a beautiful profession but a terrible business?
Who would have said that? Probably Brandon Marshall or something like that. I'd probably said.
No, I know who said it.
Oh, said it?
It's our favorite guy, but
Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, he was explaining. It's a beautiful profession, but a terrible business, and this is the terrible
Like,
side.
when Aaron Rodgers wants to drop a bar, he can drop a bar.
Yeah.
When he wants to.
It's terrible business. Maybe they'll give it to him. Maybe the closer they get to the season, maybe it'll wake them up. Like, wait. We have a game, a real game, not a pregame, real game.
They're gonna give it to him. They're gonna give it to him.
When did Ayuk sign with the Niners? Wasn't that like a week before the season started, or was that before training?
That was like a couple weeks before this. Maybe training camp.
No,
just
he
before?
missed all of training camp. I think he missed
all training camp, right?
Yeah. He missed all of training camp. I think it got him right before I think the first game. That motherfucker missed a lot, and then he ended up getting injured. But look, that's why he held out, because he was like, "You never know. I want my money."
And
he got it.
Respectfully, Terry McLaurin's better than Brandon Ayuk. So
maybe the Niners should trade.
To be honest, Terry McLaurin with Brock Purdy, that would be pretty nice. But the Commanders ain't taking on Brandon Ayuk after what they saw last year. And they're paying him $30 million. You have to take over his contract too. So you might as well just pay Terry McLaurin because you know he's better. Just pay him. Fucking pay him. That's some bullshit. I can't with this fucking franchise. It's awful. It's just awful. Like, they need us in the room just to be like, are you dead ass right now? Like, just in the corner. Like, are you dead ass? Well, why wouldn't you do that? Like, you know?
You know what's like little, it's not sad, but maybe who knows, but like Jaden Daniels, he's just a second year. And even though he's great, does he have pull like a Joe Burrow to be like, yo, pay these people already? I need them.
Yes.
So it's like you don't even have a quarterback to like.
I think he has some pull.
But how much pull?
Like a decent amount. Not a good amount. Decent.
I don't know. I just feel like he's really in this fight probably by himself because, it's your own fight. Like, no one, unless you're Joe Burrow, brave enough to be like, pay my fucking receivers. You're out your own.
Watch. I guarantee you, today is another day of training camp. There will be an interviewer, right, during Commander's training camp being like, so how do you feel about the Terry McLaurin requesting a trade? Have you heard that in the news? And I guarantee you, he'll be like, yeah, it's a business. He's trying to get what he want to get, but, I would love to have him. Love to have him here. He knows that. He knows how I stand. I want him.
Of course, he can say that. Of course, but like.
And that's enough for management. Into office? He won't storm into office. He'll gently walk in and be hey, guys,
please?
Want to pay him?
He'll be like, yeah. Please close the door on your way out.
No, There's no way. They think that motherfucker's the future. There's
No.
no way they're gonna tell their future. Be like, listen, no.
Yeah, their future, but think about this is their budget. This is their pockets. We've seen NFL. We've seen these teams and GMs and owners don't give a fuck about their star players when it comes to the money.
Then they're awful. They're awful.
Then so it's like, yeah, you had one great, and yeah, you are our future. Why don't you remember that?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that was bar.